All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to episode 20 of the Big Shred Podcast. I am John Matos. Thanks for fucking hanging out with us. We got a special Friday episode. Don't usually do the stream on Fridays, but we were supposed to do this last week, actually. It's with the, I guess we'll call it the Abiotic vocalist crew. So our current vocalist, Travis Bartosek, Ray Jimenez, who is our original vocalist, and Dickie Allen, who did some vocals for us in the middle. And super stoked to have these guys on. It's something we were trying to do for a little while, and obviously everybody's very busy. Everybody's got a bunch of shit going on, and we're all trying to live our lives in the time of the pandemic and all the other crazy shit. So much appreciated to these fine gentlemen for fucking making some time to get on and talk some shit and talk about vocals. So if you are a vocalist, this is the episode for you. Fucking ask some questions, like get in there and watch us fucking, I don't know, make fun of each other. So some cool shit going on with Abiotic. So masks, if you picked up a mask, the masks are being shipped. I've already seen some pictures of some folks who have gotten them. I bought one and mine is on the way, so I'm pretty stoked to grab mine. I think we have like 20 left or so. So go ahead and check out our indie merch page if you want to pick up a mask. And we've got 50% of the proceeds going to COVID relief funds. So super stoked to be doing that and to be moving some of those masks. Drums are underway for the new record, so we are right smack dab in the middle of tracking drums. Tony's probably in the studio right now, which is awesome. And then we're going to be doing hopefully some guitars and bass in the next like week and a half or so. And I'm going to be doing a merch giveaway on this stream. So I've got a couple of Abiotic shirts that I've got lying around the house. So if you share the stream, I'm going to check out whoever shared, and maybe we'll include some of the awesome folks on the Twitch right now. If you, I don't know, comment on the Twitch, or I'll be honest, I don't fucking know how Twitch works. So if you like, I don't know, share a thing on Twitch, however you let people know how to fucking watch the show, I will choose a couple people to win some shirts. And we've got some new episodes up on the YouTube, so if you check out the YouTube channel, I just dropped the full episode with Michael Keane, and got a few other ones that are going to be coming up there shortly. Spotify is going to be getting updated pretty soon as well, so definitely keep an eye on that. And per usual, the show is brought to you by Ormsby Guitars. They are actually working on a new website, which is pretty awesome, but in the meantime, check out ormsbyguitars.com, and you can also check out their Reverb page. They have a few guitars available and ready to ship, and I'm currently playing the Ormsby Goliath Headless 7-string, fucking super sick, so if you see one of those on the Reverb, I would highly suggest it. All right, now without further ado, we'll go ahead and bring on everybody that you guys came to see, which is Dickie, Ray, and Travis. And Travis's video is still doing the same goddamn shit. What's going on, everybody?
Wasn't expecting that.
Dude, just enjoy making your life hell.
Oh, even when you're not trying to do it, dude.
Inappropriate.
Even when you're not trying. So, Dickie, your people are like blowing up my Twitch right now.
Yeah, I was telling everybody about it.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. On my way to affiliate, whatever that means too. Like I said, you got to give me like a Twitch tutorial when we get off here.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you've been killing it. So what's going on, gentlemen? How has the COVID been treating you guys in your respective areas? I know Ray and Dickie are in Florida, where like rules don't exist. So how are things going over there?
Pretty much, yeah. I've been to the bar every day since. So, I really don't leave the house anyway. So yeah, I've been pretty good. Just playing video games.
Yeah, I just recently left the house like about a week ago. Things are starting to open back up, but we were, I guess, relatively closed,
right?
If you will.
Pretty much, right?
And then Travis, what about California? Or unless like you're frozen.
Everything is still closed.
Yep.
I go to work every day.
Yeah, no, everything is still closed. Actually, we're entering phase 3 in like a couple weeks, so a bunch of stuff opens back up in a couple weeks. But
cool. And what have you guys been doing to like stay busy and stay sane? I know, Dickie's been fucking killing the Twitch game. So what have you guys been doing?
Guess you could call it killing it. It's more just going live every day because I got nothing else to do.
Yeah. What do you for people watching that aren't familiar? What do you do on the stream?
Oh, just play Call of Duty and rage a bunch and scream out of my mind all the time. All that good stuff.
Word.
Everything you want out of a Twitch that isn't like a friendly Twitch.
What about you guys?
Yeah, what about you guys?
I picked up a new hobby. So a friend of mine introduced me to e-skating. So it's these electric skateboards that are pretty much super wild and dangerous. I fucking ate it the other day, super nasty, but I'm getting there. It's pretty fun.
Jeez.
Sounds sick.
God, I work at Target, and I just go to work every day until my job at the gym opens back up. And
dude,
it's
Target, dude. Target.
Taga.
Feels better on the lip.
On the lip,
Ooh.
just your singular lip.
Yeah, on the lip.
Word. So, fucking, what have you guys been doing, like, music-wise? Obviously, I can speak for Travis because we've been working on the new Abiotic and working on lyrics and patterns for all the new songs. Dickie and Ray, you guys been getting into some music on the time off?
Yeah. So I just actually finished a new album with my current band, Acidia. And then I worked on a new project with Brandon from Black Dahlia. We just released that. It's a new project called Works of Flesh. It's where I get to channel the evil side.
Sick. Who else is in that?
It's a friend of mine here in South Florida, Frankie McMahon and Donnie. But we just get a bunch of guests. It's a studio project for now, so we just get a bunch of different people to guest spot and just write evil shit.
Dope.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to fucking hear that. Brandon's a maniac. And
He's
then
incredible, man.
I can't wait to hear what you have for your evil side. That's what I'm interested in, man.
I haven't done that in a while, so it felt good to get back to it.
Oh yeah.
God,
Yeah, you've been getting your metalcore on lately.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to try something different. I was used to like extreme vocals, and it was really a challenge because I was so used to doing your lows and highs and squeals and things like that, and I just wanted to explore other styles that I wasn't comfortable with, and it's been challenging but different, and it's cool.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Dickel?
I left a metalcore band to be an Abiotic.
There you go. Now it's technical metal. Oh, I can't say metalcore band. Technical death metal band. What is that? What do you guys consider yourself?
I don't know. Like, I guess I don't know. I think we tried to like put all these different kinds of names on it, and I think we're just like going for death metal band. But then like everyone's, you guys aren't a death metal band, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I feel that. I feel like
that's
all
always
heard
been
that
a
on
thing.
stage.
It's
Right?
Yeah.
Stop playing breakdowns. Like,
Yeah.
God
it's
damn it, I get
never
it,
good enough. It doesn't matter what you do; it's never good enough.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I've been working on new Scumfuck. We got an album coming out at some point whenever we can get all the tracks really situated with instrumentals and stuff. And then, for IA, we just put out an album in September, so we're really just kind of like riding on that right now. We don't really have to. But yeah, really just Scumfuck. I started touring with that right before COVID, and fucking all that bullshit happened. So
yeah.
I was just like, gonna get back into playing on stage, and woo, yeah. And then I was like, nope, and just got slapped right in the face, right down to the ground. I was like, damn, okay. I guess I'm back to playing video games every day.
Could be worse, but I saw you guys killing it though. And
it was really, really fun.
Alex was telling me you guys were kicking ass.
Yeah, man. Fucking on the Oceano run was just a great fucking boys in Oceano are just absolute great people.
Yeah.
So just it was only like a week, but it wasn't like one of those tours where you go off and make a shitload. It was really kind of just for the experience.
Yeah.
But it was just such a blast, man. It was so good to be out there with those guys. And then the Volvodina tour was really, really fun as well because it was their first time in America. So we got to give them the little, southern Florida treatment.
Yeah, you got to show
drunk
them,
every night.
Show them what Bush beer tastes like.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
it. I just had Chris on the show yesterday. Oh, look at that. How did I know? Of course.
I'll show you.
And I got
on high def.
I got a fucking there you go. I got a harpoon because I'm up in Boston.
Oh, Boston kid. Everybody else I know would have been drinking just Bud Light. That's like the Boston beer, dude.
Yeah. Word up. So let's get into some vocals. That's why people are watching this goddamn thing.
Are they?
So what age did you all start doing vocals? I feel like I met, I think, Dickie like around the age that you started doing vocals, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So what age did you guys start all doing your vocals?
I was 16, I believe. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was like 15 or 16 around there.
I was 13.
And what
13. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
28.
14.
28. 14. 13, 14. Damn. What a maniac. Wish I could grow in that use time. Damn.
Yeah, I'm about to turn 31.
God.
I'm getting old. I'm about to turn 27. Not that old, but
Feels
not like
old,
we were,
like,
man.
in comparison
Not like
to
we
like,
were when we were 16
yeah.
at Desolation Fest or some shit.
I know, playing like in a fucking gazebo at a park and just waiting for the cops to get called on us.
Yeah, man. Skate park right across the street and shit.
I still remember fucking like some of those shows those were like some of the more violent shows like we ever played still, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I remember
100%.
seeing that dude Tyler, which I don't, or was his name Tyler? No, I don't remember. Not Tyler, fucking Traders Tyler, but I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. You can probably he did vocals for a band.
Brody?
No, I don't know, but maybe you remember this show. So we were playing, and there was like some dude, I think, being like a dick in the pit or something, and he like grabbed this guy's head and like UFC kneed him, like through, like all the way through, like grabbed him by the back of his head and all the way through kneed him, and dude just like hit the ground in like at the beginning of one of our songs.
Oh, I don't remember that, but it sounds great.
Yeah, I
There's-
remember.
It's gotta be one of the kids down here that just would absolutely just wreck kids all over the place.
He
I mean,
he was
if
in
I
like
would've
your
seen his
vocalist crew
face-
though. He was like I think he did vocals for A Catalyst for Destruction.
Oh my God, Taylor.
Taylor.
Oh,
Okay, I was close. There you go.
oh my
So you were
God,
close, yeah.
that guy's a maniac.
Yeah.
That kid was an actual.
What, John,
literal
wasn't that the
maniac.
show that we played with? I think Dark Sermon. And back
Maybe.
they were still in reference.
Yeah.
Was that the same show?
I
Probably.
Because I
think maybe.
think Dickie was in Misanthropic Tyrant or something like
Mhm.
that. I think
Yep.
that was the band.
Yeah. Well, was that on the gazebo or was that in the,
Yeah, that
one
was
of the
crazy.
bars?
I think that the one I remember it was at the gazebo.
No, I think that was the gazebo.
The gazebo. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the
I
same
remember
show
because
that
there was the cooler. I think there's a video on YouTube, and there was a
Oh, yeah.
cooler, and I was using the cooler to stand because I couldn't see shit.
like the power stance.
And I remember seeing the crowd just going to one side.
Dude, it was great. Oh man, those shows back in the day were wild. Even for being just local bands, it was just such a good time. The local scene was so different back in the day,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it was fun, and I don't know if it was that same show, or I think we played there a couple times.
Yeah.
That there was a guy again.
Yeah,
trying
well,
to-
there was Desolation Fest like 1, 2, and like 3,
Right,
or
and
something like that. I think we played all of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we played every one
Yeah,
too.
we definitely did.
There was a guy trying to fight somebody with our drummer's like China symbol. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember that.
God.
Somebody's like trying to grab Andres's fucking China. Like,
Dude. Those are good days. Those are
Yeah.
good days.
put some fucking hair on your chest.
I mean, that was pretty much like one of the first times we met too was Desolation Fest.
Yeah,
So, fuck, god damn.
long ass fucking time ago. That was probably like 8
When I was
years
about
ago now.
6, no, 10.
10?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
has to be. I was
2010
doing
maybe?
about
Yeah,
I was playing
2010.
like
10
17
years ago for sure.
17 or so when we were doing that.
Holy balls.
Yeah, I was
God.
19. I joined the band when I was like 19, so it was
Yeah.
definitely 20.
Good fucking times. So how long into you guys doing
I think so.
vocals? I think we lost Ray a little bit, but how long into you guys doing vocals did you guys start to feel more comfortable or like confident? You know what I mean? Like, you know, some people say like it takes forever to get good, and that I think is what like deters a lot of people from doing it. Like I have no fucking idea what you guys do, and half the vocalists I talk to are just like, I have no fucking idea what I do. So like how do you guys approach it, and how long did it take for you to like feel comfortable? Travis, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go, guy.
It took like a year. And then I like filled in for a band, and then I just kind of like found a couple kids from like a really rich city that's close to mine and started a deathcore band.
Were you
And then-
comfortable getting on stage right away?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been kind of like an egocentric maniac, so like I like the attention. So it was always like, yeah, dude, all eyes are on me. This is sick. I don't know what I'm doing, but all eyes are on me. This is sick. And when you're
Yeah.
like 14 and people are giving you attention, you're like, yeah.
I was not the same way. I feel like it took my buddy fucking Dave, who plays bass for Scumfuck. He told me, he pushed me to get on stage and fucking be like, it just pretty much was like, don't be a pussy,
Yeah.
you know, and pushed me to get on stage. And that's where the whole fucking like going by Dickie came from, you know, because I kind of went by Dickie before, but then like I fully went into it when my buddy was just like, listen, when you get on stage, you're Dickie, man. You're not Richie, you're Dickie. And I was just like, yeah.
No shit, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
that's funny.
And then I fully kind of just submerged into it, you know. It
Damn.
was interesting, man.
So even like your name now and in its all of its evolutions that I gave you on that tour
Yeah,
that we did
the Sir Dickle still sticks.
has
It has
has
sticked hard, man.
yeah, and it all started like with you fucking like getting on stage or whatever and doing music, which is it's pretty
Yeah.
damn cool. So how long did it take you to feel like comfortable either with like ability or even just like getting on stage?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably probably about a year or so.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, practicing in the garage and shit and just kind of doing covers and him just chugging around as I just went and just doing dumb vocals out of nowhere, you know. And pretty
I
much
remember
all
those
that.
cover videos.
Yeah. Dumbass ones, man.
You like standing on an amp.
Oh yeah. I always had that one.
Remote in hand.
Just like when I played live, man. I was like a statue.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What about you, Ray?
So for me, it's kind of a funny story. I used to do like the first band that got me into screaming was Lamb of God, and I used to do like covers in my room and things like that. But I never felt that I was good enough because I used to do like a different style of vocal because like when I got into like metal, if you will, it was like back in middle school when I was like listening to Korn or whatever, but I wasn't really like screaming. And then I started listening to Lamb of God, and I did a cover of Now You've Got Something to Die For. And I felt like I kind of had it, but I didn't feel comfortable enough like screaming. And then a friend of mine, I think you know her, John, Elsie.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, you know, I have a couple of friends, my neighbors that have a band. Like, you should probably go and try out. I think you have a good voice. And I remember I went, I tried out. They thought I was cool, and we practiced for months. And our first show was at Studio A. I don't know if you remember that venue. I mean, back then. And it was like, I remember this band was all about like long intros. It was like, you know, like those super long 2-minute long Metallica intros. And I remember we had this super epic intro planned out. And I was like, I don't know, like maybe like 14 or 15 at the time. And this was my moment. You know, the guitar player had his own, you know, thing that he was doing. And then I was supposed to come from behind the stage and do my big entrance. And like Travis said, I mean, when you're young, you're like, oh yeah, these people are going to give me attention. So I was like, whatever. And I remember the moment I walk out, my cable just comes loose when I'm supposed to do the super epic scream or whatever. And I remember, like, for me, it felt like an eternity. But it was probably like just a matter of seconds, but I just lost the cord. And I remember looking around, and I just picked that shit up and plugged it back in. I just screamed. And from that moment, I was like, all right, I got this. But I feel like I was comfortable, but it was more of me figuring out my voice rather than being comfortable on stage. Yeah. But like it was like the worst possible thing that could happen to me happened. So it was like at that point I was like, that's it. I was able to overcome that. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going. But after that, it was like about a year to really like figure out what I wanted to do as far as like sound and my voice to do what I.
Yeah. Word. Well, we got a couple questions for you guys in the comments. Figure we'll take a couple of quick questions. So Jeremiah Young is hanging out on the Facebook, and he says, what warm-up routines do you guys go through? What advice could you share for building and increasing range? I know Travis doesn't do anything, so.
That's a lie.
So what warm-ups and increasing range?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I don't know. With the warm-ups, I don't know too much about, because I always just, when I play live, the first song, I always make it the easiest one that we always play. So it is kind of my warm-up song. Because I don't like sitting in the back just kind of yelling as loud as I can over the,
the band before you.
or the band before me, or like the music that they have playing through loadout and load in and stuff like that.
Right.
In like the back and shit. So I just kind of choose whatever the easiest song is. So I guess that's my warm-up.
So you warm up right on stage, like song one?
Yeah. That's how I feel the best about it. I don't know, and it kind of gets you like that adrenaline, you know, going too.
Yeah.
So you don't really think about it too much. But other than that, I don't know.
I mean, for me, it was more like when I started doing vocals, I wanted it to be like, I didn't want to like I was killing myself. So I started to kind of mess around, and I realized that it was more for me. It was more of the stamina. So I was doing like stretches and things like that, because I noticed like my biggest enemy wasn't really like getting the sounds that I wanted, but just, you know, being able to build that stamina to be able to last and do as many songs without down on stage. So I started doing like vocals or like mouth. As weird as that sounds, I started doing like stretches with my mouth, and also stretch like with my body before getting on stage. So, but as far as like developing my voice, like John said, it's kind of weird because like whenever somebody asks me that, I have to really think. I don't know if there's like an actual answer to that, because I feel like every vocalist is different too. I'm pretty sure that everybody kind of did something different to get to where they wanted to be. But for me, it's like I kind of thought of my vocal cords as like a muscle, and I was like, the more you work out that muscle, the better you get at it. So what I would do is like I would fuck around with sounds, kind of like what Dickie said, and then whenever I felt like I was like straining my voice, I would just stop and kind of give myself, you know, enough time to recuperate, and then just get back at it until I got that sound that I wanted. So that's kind of like what I did, because my thing was, and whenever I watched vocalists live, I noticed that a lot of folks were doing all these faces, and I couldn't tell if they wanted to look brutal or because they were natural voice. So that's why I was kind of like, I wonder if I can figure out how to look like this is seamless, you know, because these folks that I was watching, I'm like, they look like having a really hard time, and I don't want to. So realize that with stretching and kind of getting, you know, I do all these weird things, like honestly, like before I do vocals, and it's primarily because my band that I'm in now, like we don't really do, like we don't warm up. Like every time we go to the studio to record or to play or whatever, we just like go into it. But so because of that, I've always like trained myself to just kind of do stretches or whatever, and then just go right into it. But we never really do like a warm up before doing a set or whatever. But yeah, just stretches and just kind of like training my voice and doing different sounds, trying different things until I get to where I want to be.
Fair.
Travis, enlighten me on what you do, because I fucking don't know.
I hum a lot. I'm like a really big like power metal nerd, and so I'll like fake falsetto sing like a bunch of like power metal songs that I like. And I'll normally do that at like the back of the venue, so that way nobody can hear me. And like while the band is playing, so I'll have like that last band before we play if we're not opening. And like how to get range. I mean, like I used to just want to sound like Corpse Grinder, and like I realized like I'm not gonna do that because nobody is. And then I listened to Dimmu Borgir, and I was like, oh, I want to fucking sound like Shagrath. And I realized like I'm not gonna be able to do that. And like I can't sound like Dickie or Ray, but if I try to sound like Dickie or Ray, I'll find an avenue that works for me, and I'll have my own sound. And so I think that's what people need to do. It's like expand your horizons with music, which is funny coming from me because all I listen to is metal. So, but yeah, expand your musical horizons and try and sound like a bunch of different people. Absolutely. And then you'll learn you'll realize like, holy shit, this is my voice. And then nobody can take that away from you.
Oh yeah.
Here you go.
And you're enlightened.
I was gonna say I like the like when you said when sounded like either me or Ray too, because we both kind of we stepped in Ray's shoes, so we kind of had we were trying to give it the old Abiotic feel still, you know, but still kind of having it our own thing. You know, I really like that because you want to go even performing live, you know, you want to still give it that same feel of what you know what Ray was doing, but kind of still give it your own twist to it. So
I can't do highs. I can't do highs like Ray or lows like you. So I mean, like,
oh well.
It's
Do you guys ever feel like when you started doing vocals? Because at first I kind of just thought it was all about power, and I just wanted to be super loud, and I would do, you know, I would scream really loud, and then I realized, you know, when I started to control it a little bit more, and it was less about volume or power and more about control.
100%.
When I first started, that's the first thing I struggled with, that I wanted to be super loud, and it was like, you know, I think I spoke to John about this early on, because like we would watch some vocalists, and I was like, if you have a mic, like, and you're in a room with all these people, like nobody can hear you back there, like why are you yelling so loud? Because people would ask me, they're like, why do you look sometimes like you're not really struggling? And I was like, oh,
because you're not.
Because I'm not really, you know, at the end of a tour. Maybe at the end of a tour you want to go all out and you're having fun or whatever. You might do something like that, right? But I remember a lot of folks would ask me that, and it took me a while to figure that out, that it was not really about how loud or how much power you put into the vocal, but more of, you know, more control rather.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think that a lot of vocalists have like this like elitist style of like, if you can't do it without a microphone, then you can't really do it type of stuff.
Yeah.
To where for me, I think that that's part of your instrument right there. It's your voice and a microphone. Yeah. I mean, what else? I mean, you can do it acoustic all day, but when it comes down to playing a show, you always have a microphone. Yeah. You don't really do acoustic death metal shows. Yeah. So you most likely will always have a microphone. So why not use like with the cupping of the mic and all that stuff, why not just use that all to your ability? Not doing vocals super loud and making sure your tone's more refined, like Ray's saying, and just kind of having it cupped a little bit so you don't have to worry about background noise, and you kind of get a little bit more crispy tone to it. I mean,
No, but
There's
but sometimes even when you try to do other sounds, the same way that the shape of your mouth affects the way it sounds, like the way, like cupping the mic or whatever can also help you do something that, sounds
that you
different.
can't do. Yeah. There's this tone that I've come up with that, like, the way I do it live, it's all about just straight doing right into the microphone, because it's so quiet. It's more like of a talking voice. But the moment I push my face just straight into a microphone, it sounds ridiculous. You know what I mean? So
I used to do this thing that John absolutely hated. It's actually in TBAL, and I remember him telling me, he's like, I cringe every time
I still do.
you do this thing. And it's so it was like a weird like screech, pig squeal kind of thing, but it was like a super high.
I know
fucking,
what part.
I don't even know how to explain it, but it's and honestly, it's almost like inaudible when you listen to it, but when it goes in through the mic, it just sounds like total madness. And I used to tell him, I was like, I know it sounds bad, but it's like a good bad, if that makes any sense. It's
it's fucking crazy.
It just sounds so psychotic that I was like, I want to add it. I know you hate it, but it's gonna work. It's gonna sound sick.
it's always the best. You gotta have band members that go, I know you hate it, but it's gonna work.
God.
But yeah, I think.
I mean, look at it now. Now it's like so crazy, like all the different sounds that we have, in metal music. Like back then, it was like you had lows or highs and squeals, but now it's like all these goblin vocals and all these screeches and crazy shit that's going on now.
Yeah, it's insane, dude. I love the progression of it all is just so interesting to watch. I love it.
But I think, so from what I've seen, and again, I'm obviously not a fucking vocalist, so you guys can tell me to shut the fuck up. But from what I've seen, like just on tour with bands, like you can see the guys that are fucking struggling. Like you can see the guys that like are struggling to even be loud enough to be audible. So that was like, we've all like kind of been there like, oh, what does this band sound like, whatever. And like you can see like, okay, this guy's struggling to be audible. And then there's the guys like Travis, where Travis can be doing vocals next to me on the stage with my cab behind me, and Travis is louder than my cab. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I know he's got a little bit of a different approach than you guys as well, because he kind of does like the fucking corpse grinder thing where he's like this far away from the mic and like no cupping at all. So what's like your approach like differently to theirs?
I don't know. I used to cup the mic. Look at any picture with me in it. Like it wasn't up until like last year. I just would be corporate. Like that's it because I there's something about that like intimidation that he gives that like I've always been super fond of, and it's been a huge inspiration. And it also comes down to like I've tried hitting like the stuff that they hit, and like you get people like Ben from Shadow of Intent, and like they could hit these like ridiculous notes, and I'm like, bro, man, fuck you guys, I can't do that. Here, I'm gonna do it this way. It's like I can't join them because I can't beat them either, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it this way.
Yeah, and I think it's different styles, and I think it was we didn't even realize it then, but it's kind of like the direction we were going in with like the new shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always fun too. Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
I feel that Travis definitely complements the new stuff for sure. I mean, when I hear the new stuff, like I can't picture my vocal style over like
or mine either
and things like that. Yeah, I like Travis, dude. Like Travis is dude. You're a monster. Like I watched your the live. You did like a live.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Casuistry, like a playthrough through Casuistry. And that was epic. That's one of my favorite videos because playthroughs can get boring sometimes, but I had never seen one where a vocalist just goes through the entire album. Oh, yeah. So I thought that was awesome. I that was the first time I ever seen that.
Same. That was the first time I saw that too. That was sick.
Dude, it was on a whim.
Don't fucking blow his head up too much, guys. Come on.
Come on.
You got your gallon jug of water in that video that just like makes me so mad when I watch it.
Dude, it's because I always have
a beer or something. Jesus Christ.
John probably thought so too. He just can't admit it to you, Travis.
And Yo, I've never had alcohol before. So
What?
yeah.
Oh God, jeez.
Yeah,
I know.
we corrupted him in Europe, and he fucking started smoking weed.
Yep.
There you go. At least you smoke. At least you smoke.
I'm not like as boring anymore.
Yeah, no, I drink a lot. I'm sure John knows that.
No.
That much.
Got some back of the van stories.
Yeah, anybody that's been on tour with me should know that I might dabble a little bit.
Dabble a little bit with some two or three beers.
To a tree.
Fucking
Oh,
vomit at the gas station in
just
between
so you
drives.
can be proud of me, I pissed in the van on the Oceano tour. I remind you, it was a week. 3 times.
Oh my god, 3 times?
3 times.
3. Okay.
Proud of me?
Now I don't feel
just,
so
like-
bad because you definitely did
Not
that
just one.
in our van.
Yeah, not just once.
Oh
times.
man,
God,
you're going for a
over.
record. No, he did with us. I don't know if it was the
Sleeping,
same. Exactly, he did it in his sleep.
Sleeping. I pissed myself in my sleep, man. Come on.
Oh man.
Dude, I love that.
Gumfuck tours.
Whatever.
Kind of
Yeah,
in the name. You
I was
kind of
gonna
really
say,
have to
yeah.
expect the worst out of it all.
So let me see. I think we got another question here. Oh, Dickie, somebody's fucking offering you some money for a feature, so you might want to reach out to somebody.
I have a bunch of features actually right now, so I am not taking too many more.
There you go, guys. Fucking Dickie's booked. Suck it.
Booked. I am actually. I feel like I went from like none to like 10 or some shit like that.
You might have one other one coming up pretty soon, huh? Both of you guys.
Oh.
So we did warm-up routines. Somebody else asked, as someone who plans on being a frontman for a metal band, what tips do you guys have? Commanding the crowd kind of stuff. And then he says any tips for writing lyrics. I think that's kind of a hard one. But yeah, what are some frontman things that you guys learned coming up? Like, you know,
I mean,
just like you guys said, like coming out of your shells, you know?
Watch
My thing
Braveheart.
is casting. Yeah, well, my thing's casting spells. Like, I've never been someone to, I guess, like, I don't know, like do all the like the crap core stuff or all the stomps or whatever. I've always been about casting spells and I don't know, like hand gestures. I guess that's the Cuban in me.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, most vocalists too, like being influenced. I was talking to him yesterday, like being influenced by Trevor, and he kind of like has that whole thing about him too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to do that a lot as well, man, for sure. I love it because the casting spell stuff with the goblin-y stuff that I do, man, it's way too much fun. Because I even like crouch and shit, just like
Get
You
like
know, dude,
Gollum
it's
on it.
great.
So our friend John Dan Iceman, he used to tell me I know exactly what vocal part you're doing from the angle of your claw
Oh,
or
that's
whatever.
funny.
That was funny.
That's awesome.
That's so good.
For me, controlling the crowd, I don't know, man. Like I try to read it as best as possible. I feel like I'm decently enough with like reading people to like kind of see what the crowd's going, which corner or which side is like a little bit more hyper than the rest, or
Yeah.
like if they're really gonna come to the front or not.
Right.
You know,
That shit's
because
hard,
you don't
dude.
have to yell, "Hey, come to the front" 100 times when you know they're not gonna come to the front.
Right.
Oh,
You know, so you kind of got to just read the crowd a lot, and I guess being a frontman, you really just do learn how to read people. And I mean, on the last Scumfuck tour, I think almost every show I would point at some kid that wasn't moving and go into the pit now. And I would like there would be vocals that would be happening in the song that I should be doing, and I'm just still focused on this one kid. Just no, it's your turn now. And then because he wouldn't move, everybody else would start moving and make him move and stuff. And it's just about like being involved. I think I'm
Yeah.
not like too much of the guy that wants to be like the hype guy. That's just like, what's up? I want to just be right down there with you, drinking a
Yeah.
beer and going, let's get fucked up and have fun. I think that's fun. So.
I've never been a hype guy, but I don't know why. I don't know if it was like the teenager in me back then, but I was just always angry
Oh,
when I got on. stage. So
Yeah, you gotta
my
channel
thing like
something.
to like make them responsible. It's like you're doing it all wrong. If you're doing it all wrong if you're not leading this circle pit for me. So that was my I went from like not cursing, being super angry, and like it's your fault that this pit is not going right now. So it's like I need you. I always make somebody responsible for it.
I still do that a bit, I must say.
I remember. So I remember you're doing it all wrong from Ray. I remember fucking. I don't remember the full quote, Dickie, but it was I think it was when we were on the Fetus tour and we were doing the walls of death or whatever, and you told the crowd one time to run at each other like knights in a battle.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that story.
I think there's a video of it, and it's great.
Oh man, I thought it sounded brutal at the time, and then I listened back at it, and I'm like, bro, is this Disney or what, bro? Come on.
Oh man.
By the way, I had like the worst. I always had the worst luck when it came to saying the wrong things at the wrong time. Like we played some venue and I don't even know where, and it was like I didn't even know it was like a church or something, and I was just like, I think it was like a wall of death or something like that. And I was like, or God's gonna send another flood and like kill all your children or something. And then we're playing at the Ritz, and there's somebody with a gun. I think John might remember this.
Yep.
And the first thing I say when we go on stage is like, kill somebody, and it's like, no, we just
we're not supposed to do this. Look at you guys just popping around. I think this is gonna be more entertaining to watch. Just John constantly fixing your
annoying, dude. I'm like going crazy. I'm never gonna use Skype ever again. It's awful.
Great.
It's awful. Someone was telling me like you need to switch to Discord. It like doesn't do that, and I was like, no, man, it's cool. And that's what is happening. So. Oh yeah, so for everybody asking in Twitch, I am the guitarist.
I feel like that should be a thing. The big shred.
I
feel like you gotta at least get just a gist of that, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was on stream earlier and somebody asked, I was like, I feel like you should get it.
Just checking to see if we got any more questions for you guys. No. All right. So you got more questions for me. So, do you guys remember your first show? Like, what was your very first show?
First show with Abiotic or first show ever?
If you can remember your first show with Abiotic, that'd be cool. But also your first show ever, and like what that was like for you.
I feel like I can remember my first show with Abiotic.
I remember both.
I actually do remember. I do remember both. Yeah.
Well, did you play in a band before Abiotic, right? You say?
I did, and my first show with Abiotic, I said the wrong name too. I know John remembers this.
It was very dramatic. We stole Ray from another band.
Oh man!
Oh man, that's a story.
Some like 1,200 fucking.
It was very very dramatic. We stole him from another local band. It was so the band got started with some other guys under a different name, and then we like changed the name to Abiotic, and like 2 months after we changed the name and we're like kind of starting to gain some traction and stuff, the drummer at the time and the vocalist at the time quit, and Andres, who was our original who was our drummer on Symbiosis, he was playing guitar because the guy's he's a G. So he jumped on drums, and then Ray and another, guy that he was in a band with called As the World Weeps, they kind of like were doing a thing, but like it wasn't like they weren't hitting it super hard or wasn't sure exactly. So him and like the other guitar player from that band, we asked them, since I was looking for another guitar player at the time too, I was like, oh, you guys should like come and join the band. You're a vocalist and a guitar player, and I need a vocalist and a guitar player. Perfect. Yeah. And then it didn't work out with the guitar player, but we wanted to keep Ray, and he was not happy.
Yeah, I think what happened was that we were it was more like of a fill-in kind of thing, and then we did a demo with I think it was the Graves of Locust.
Yep.
And because even I feel like Abiotic kind of transformed my voice too, because even though I was kind of doing some extreme vocals at the time, we didn't know if my voice was gonna work until we recorded that song, and that's like when we were like, okay, this is gonna work. And
John was
like, yeah, we're yeah, and then from there it was just like, okay, this will work.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that track, dude. I was sitting there going through some old videos of me playing live with these guys, and then I just started listening to some of the old EP, and I'm like, damn, these songs are sick, dude.
Oh yeah, you won like an EP at a raffle that we did at one of those shows, those early shows, I remember.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't even have
we
one of those
used to
EPs.
raffle out a bunch of shit.
Yep. So first shows.
Oh yeah, shot.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first, man.
Go.
I could talk up a storm. I'm sorry.
My first show, I filled in for like a single song for this like metalcore band when I was like 15 at a venue in my hometown called Colorblind Studios. And it was like a room that's smaller than my garage right now. Like it was tiny. And like I got on stage and I did the song, and then I got off stage and I went to like a guy who was in another band, like a big local band at the time. They were called 5 Characters in Search of an Exit. And I was like, bro, did you fucking hear that? Did you hear that? And he's like, yeah, dude, it was sick. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Did you hear this? Like, did you hear when I did this? And like being like a little kid about it. And then my first show with Abiotic, I flew across the country, and it was just like, I'm going to stay with these dudes. I don't know any of them. And I practiced. And then like there was a last minute venue change.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And
Those are always the funnest.
And like I was playing in front of our like Metal Blade rep at the time, and and there ended up being like 20 people there because it was like a super like day of venue change, and it went from like Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, I don't remember where it was exactly, and played the set, and the dude, our Metal Blade rep, like came up to me and he was just like, he kind of like shook his head at me and he walked away, and I remember like I sat on a couch next to Merch, and John came up to me and he's like, what's wrong? I was like, dude, the fucking Metal Blade rep, like he just came up to me and shook his head, like he didn't even say anything to me. And John's like, oh no, he thought you were sick. I was like, wait, what?
Awesome.
I've smoked way too much weed that I don't remember any of that. So, cool.
There's been many weed times.
Yep. I was
Travis, your internet connection is sucking some balls right now. I just want to let you know.
Dude, I'm trying.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody like that's still watching this, even though your and Ray's screens are just going fucking bananas. So,
dude, I gotta say it's kind of entertaining. I got you up on my other screen. And it's good to watch it just pop.
Wait, you guys can see it too, Dickie?
Yeah.
He's got it up on his
Yeah,
Twitch, and it's just going fucking.
Yeah, I'm a really big
terrible.
nerd, so I've got 2 computers in front of me. Like I'm Skyping with you, and then I got my gaming computer that I got everything else on.
Oh, what a G.
You know,
I'm actually gonna try and change
this,
spots to see if I can better the connection.
It's all good. All right, so Dickie, your first
spots.
show.
My first show. Fuck, my first show, dude. I feel like it might have been Desolation Fest. Oh, and he's gone.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm big.
He'll be back. Oh yeah, because he's fucking gone.
Cool.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, fucking Skype. It's all good. I'm gonna.
I'll hook you up with Discord. We'll figure out Discord
All right,
later.
sick.
First show I feel like was Desolation Fest. Puppy.
Sorry.
We just had like a sick crotch shot with your
Stream
dog.
is amazing. I must
God
say.
damn it.
I don't know if I'm supposed to answer questions or just kind of enjoy what's happening.
That's what we're gonna try and like stay on the ball here, so people actually like
Okay,
it's not
okay.
just us laughing.
All right, so yeah, first show I think was Desolation Fest with Misanthropic Tyrant.
Nice.
I think. I can't remember. I've drank a lot. It's the worst. And yeah, it was getting drunk. Oh wait, no, I wasn't getting drunk at the time, was I?
I don't think so. I don't remember you drinking drinking that.
I was
much
probably
back in the
smoking
day.
a lot more at the time.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I was like 18 or so, 17, 18 when Desolation Fest first happened.
Yeah.
And shit, it was just kind of out of nowhere. We played with a drum machine. I remember
Yeah,
that.
that's
That was
right.
super sick because we didn't have a drummer in our town, so we just played with a drum machine. So that was super sick. And everybody busted our balls about that and I love it too because on the west side of Florida, like you guys, like on the east side, it was more techie and
Yeah.
stuff. On the west side, it was way more hardcore.
Yeah.
So we were like this like technical kind of like deathcore, like grindcore thing. Like we just wanted to be as heavy as we could and sound as disgusting as possible. And so that plus the drum machine made us like a giant outcast. But then when we played our first show, everybody was like, oh shit, like, yeah, these guys are heavy as balls. And kind of worked out really well.
Yeah, dude. I remember having a great time watching you dudes.
It was interesting. It was very, very interesting because we were not sure if it was going to be like a good thing or a bad thing. And I think
then your first Abiotic show.
First Abiotic show, I think, was the Maryland Death Fest on the Dying Fetus tour.
I remember
think
that show.
was the first one. Actually, I have it hanging up because I'm so sweet.
Oh, well, you have the laminate?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sick.
No, Mojo 13. Because I don't think we played a show before this tour,
I don't
right?
think we did either, no. And that venue
No,
is
so-
not as cool as it sounds.
Washington, D.C.
Oh, so no, that wasn't...
Wait, no, Wilmington. Delaware?
Okay, that sounds like, wait.
Mojo
It was
13?
Delaware Death Fest, so not Maryland Death Fest.
Delaware Death Fest. There
Yep.
you go. That was the one.
Yep, well, like all
We're
the
gonna
merch,
have it.
all the merch was outside.
I've got all my first laminates for each tour. Each band I've been in, tours that I've done.
Okay, so not necessarily all of them, but just like the very first one.
No, yeah, I have a
Okay.
bunch of other laminates of all the other ones that
Yeah.
either we did or Scumfuck or what was it, Dealey? I think Dealey did another one.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't fuck hanging those up. I just want the important ones.
All right. Wow. I think so. It's been about 20 seconds, and the video hasn't moved for anyone. And
That's incredible.
It's a feat because like my wrist is hurting from fucking fixing your guys' shit. Oh my God. Ray, what about you? When was our first show? I don't even remember.
It was a venue in Fort Lauderdale. It was the one that had the super high stage at that warehouse where you loaded in through the back, and it was like a tiny stage in a corner. I don't remember the name. That's not Anonymous, is it? Anonymous Guitar? Is that what it is?
Oh no, it was Solid Sound.
Solid Sound. No, it was a different venue. I think it was Anonymous Guitars, because it was like a high stage, and you would just load in through the back, and that was the show that I completely butchered our name. I said the wrong band name. And then for my first like show ever was the one that I talked about, like when I first started doing vocals, was the Studio A show where I completely messed up the intro and whatnot.
So now, as like, somewhat seasoned vocalists, what are still some of like the more challenging parts of doing it for you, either like in a live setting or just like in general? Like, what are some parts that you guys still kind of like have to work on, or like are still a thing that you're, I don't know, working on, struggling with, whatever?
I'd say being consistent with vocals.
Yeah.
Because after a few months of not doing it, or a few weeks, if you got a tour coming up, you really, not just like the stamina or your vocal strain, it's just like anything. You don't use your muscles for a while, and after doing like one set at practice, and you're like, oh shit, like damn, like I haven't been doing this for a while. This sucks. So I think that's probably the biggest one. Because other than that, like you still know where to go, where your tones are and how to do them. So it's like, it's not like tricky to find it. I assume it's like the same with guitar. Like, you know where your hands are supposed to be, but you like, you got to get that muscle memory just kind of like sticking there again.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like that's the most difficult for me, at least.
What about you,
Yeah.
Travis?
Singing Ray's parts. Apparently,
So like half of our set.
half of our set. No, yeah, it's just being consistent. I want to make sure that like every single night I sound the same, like as much as I possibly can, and that way, you know, you don't get the whole like, oh, this dude was good for like 3 shows, but for the other like 20 plus shows, he was fucking terrible. Just,
I'm still gonna tell you that, but
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
I got pizza.
ooh.
Yeah.
And
Friday's
then-
pizza day.
What about you, Ray?
So recently, like as we were saying earlier, I've been doing a lot of like metalcore stuff. And my band now, we do have some like clean singing and stuff like that. And I've been doing a lot of the singing now, and that's what gets to me, man. Like switching from all the crazy like vocal like screaming parts to the singing, it's killer, man. Like I have a lot of respect for folks that do it. It's really hard, man. It's just, you know, you're doing all these different vocal ranges when you're screaming, and to go from that to the singing, it's just it really takes a toll. Like I'll be honest, I still struggle with it. It's like the screaming, like Dickie and Travis. It's just a matter of like, you know, getting back into your you know, practice mode, and just after a while of not doing the songs and whatnot, and you know, once you're there, it's like it comes to you. But the singing is tough, man, because it's like a completely different monster from singing. So that's right now, that's the one thing that really drives me nuts. Like switching from screaming to singing it's tough.
I even me, like, because I've been trying to learn how to sing recently as well, and I can just feel how it's like I don't lose my voice nearly as fast doing vocals as I do singing for some reason. Like I'll lose my voice way quicker than when I'm practicing and singing, and like it's not like I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, at least, but it just for some reason I just I can't do it as long, and I just feel the more strain. Yeah, it's definitely a different element in your throat and stuff. And I can definitely respect the switch between the two.
I too have been learning how to sing. That's just so funny. It's so ironic that all 3 of us are doing the same thing at the same time. Yeah. I don't get how people sing. So to be able to sing and scream,
oh, it's insane,
dude.
And my current guitarist, he just writes these choruses that are just absolutely ridiculously high. And I mean, when we were done with the new record, I was just listening to it, and I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this live? Because I remember in the studio, because some people say, well, it's still, you know, being in the studio is still difficult, you know, to nail all these parts and whatnot. But all I could think of was like, how am I going to do this live? And it was just, every time that we thought of a vocal melody, it was like, it was the best, you know, part for, or vocal part for the section. But then all I could think of was like, yeah, but how does this translate to a live setting? Like, am I going to be able to do all these brutal screaming parts and then go straight into this stupid high note? You know what I mean? Like, so that's I guess, you know, what I'm working on right now, just being able to, you know, be consistent with those switches, like being able to not just be consistent with the screaming, but, you know, being able to do those parts live. Because, you know, you always have your folks that go to the like John was saying earlier, when you watch a band live, you always wonder, you know, I wonder how this is going to translate in a live setting. So that's all I can think of. Like, I want to do justice to the recording. I don't want to skip the part or like, you know, like the typical vocalist thing to do, like just put out the mic, let them sing it. You know what I mean? Like, because then everybody calls you out. You know, so it's like,
I've been doing the complete opposite. I just don't even do vocals. I've just been like putting up my just like yeah, that's what we're doing. We're here hanging out, man. Or grab a beer. I'll just like chug a beer instead of doing a line. I don't care. Oh wait, that sounds bad.
That's a little bit.
I just grab their phone so that way they're distracted, trying to get their phone back, and they don't realize I'm not singing.
Yeah, right. Dude, I have fun with live settings where rather than making sure that everything is like on point cause at least for Scumfuck, for me, the band, like you said, I did with Scumfuck record a lot of the songs not anticipating to play them live, and then going and trying to play them live. I was like, damn, that sucks, because I wrote vocals literally from start to finish of that song because I liked it, and now it's just 3 minutes of vocals, and it just strains on me. But being in a live setting, I was like, you know what? I don't have to do every little bit. I can just make it fucking just trashy and just have some goofy fun. You know, I really want Scumfuck to really not be taken too seriously, kind of in the way that Infant is. You know, You know what I mean? It's all about having fun. You know.
I mean, what you just said, I think is interesting because, I mean, it teaches you to kind of like respect different styles of music too, because back in the day I thought like, oh, extreme vocals, that this is the hardest thing or whatever. And then for me, like, for example, listening to like a hardcore band or like maybe a metalcore band, I was like, well, that's not screaming, or he's not, you know, whatever he's doing, it's not hard. And then I tried to do it and I was like, how the hell does this guy do this scream or this raspy yelling thing or whatever? And I was like, I can't do that. But then it's like I can do all this other stuff, but then I can't do that. So it's like I had to learn to appreciate, you know, how all the different styles and all the different vocal styles, they all have their thing, you know.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Oh man, I used to hate hardcore like the yelling vocals, and now I just like I'm obsessed with them. Like if you would have caught me back when I was 17 and you would have said I liked Power Trip or something like that, I would have been like, no way, dude, I'm not gonna like Power Trip. He's not doing gutturals. That's not. Are you kidding me? And nowadays,
isn't it crazy? Yeah, isn't it crazy now how you listen to a part where back in the day you probably thought like, oh, lows are perfect for this part, or like highs and a screw, and then you listen to something like that and you're like, man, there's so much power behind that. Maybe the lows are brutal, but then you hear that yelling or whatever, and it just sounds like, you know, like they gave it everything in that part, and it's just so much more impactful. And I didn't know how to appreciate that in the past, you know, like it was more of me like, no, I gotta do the lowest low and then the highest high or whatever. And so I wasn't really trying to, I guess, do the best for the part. It was more like how to be extreme, but not really what the part needs.
Oh, dude, with recording IA, man, we really like, we're very tedious about the part. I mean, if I kids who see me do my vocal covers on Twitch would be able to see the same. Is like, I'll do like a guttural or like a tunnel throat or something like that, and it just doesn't fit. So then I kind of just like keep trying one tone after the other. I might hit the line right on the nail, and like it's like a perfect line, doesn't have to be deleted because it's perfect. Yeah, whatever. But if it doesn't really fit the part, you just keep going, man, and keep trying again, just until you find that right tone. You know, I feel like too many people just try to blow through recording and then just say, all right, that's it, we're done. And it was perfect. What do you mean? Yeah. And they're just like, well, maybe you could have been a little bit lower here, or you could have been, you could like pick it apart. For me and Aaron, when we record, like I'll record a line and then he goes, well, maybe you should try to like jump up a little bit here and then come back down and then straight up. And then, so we'll try that. And then we'll go, oh, well, since you jumped up there and came back down, it might sound cool if you go lower here and then pitch back up top. And you work the lines and then you find it all. And I feel like too many people are just way too, they just want to just fucking record and get it done with rather than just put the work in and find the best possible tones for it all.
Yeah.
I love it.
100%.
I love it. Yeah. I think when I first started, it was weird, but now it's like, I want that other perspective because I get to, and even if I don't go with whatever they do or whatever they're suggesting for me to do, it's still good to hear that other side. Cause sometimes it does work. Sometimes it is better than what you have. But it also gets me thinking about like, times before where I've seen a band like release an album and you see everybody on YouTube like, well, they sound so different from before, or this is not like what they used to do. And like now I understand too why vocalists change. I mean, what maybe, you know, you were doing something before and you got bored, you wanted to try something else, and or maybe when you were in the studio you realized, man, I like how this sounds better, or if somebody suggested, hey, you should do this, and you never thought of that before. And it's just now I kind of understand that, because before it was more like, oh well, they're not doing this anymore, so I don't like them anymore. And now I can kind of see why bands do what they do. Is it's part of like growing and just, you know, as a musician, like broadening your horizons and trying other things.
Yeah, I think it's a rare perspective that we get being fans and then also doing it, that we can say like, oh, we obviously didn't want to fucking put out the same record. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to like, this is where our heads were at now. And then, you know, in the same token, we can still be like, fuck, but I really like this one band's first album more than all their other shit. And like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I think having a secondary person who doesn't do vocals in the studio is helpful. I know that I've been recording with the same dude. His name is Nick Loicano for, God, almost 8 or 9 years now. He doesn't do vocals at all. He plays guitar. And we play in another symphonic black and death metal band called The Undying. And every time we record with Abiotic, he'll listen to the song and Dickie, it's kind of like Aaron with you, but he's a lot meaner with it. Instead of being like, oh this
trust
is
me, I didn't say he wasn't mean.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. It's, you know, and John has watched it and
broken.
Really
losing you.
So just oh man, you know, just having someone who is able to hear what you're doing and tell you like, no, everything you did sucks, do it differently, and it kind of forces you to try a new avenue.
Mm-hmm.
But he just loved those, and then you do it totally different, and you listen back and you're like, fuck, that's tight. And I will say that all the Abiotic stuff, you know, gets so much better because I get to record with someone who doesn't do vocals and who pushes me to be better. And so I think every vocalist should do is have someone who doesn't let it sit in their pocket too long.
Well, you're coming in and out, but I think we got the general gist of that. That Nick is the only reason that our band sounds good, and you're awful. Yeah. And
yes.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, big shout out to Nick. He's been helping us with like pre-production for this new record, and helped a bunch with the last record too. And he's always, you know, he's kind of in the background but involved in the process with Travis. So Nick, awesome. if you're watching or if you're listening, we got love for you, homie. Word. So I did want to ask this question to you guys as well. Again, this is kind of another Dickie Ray question, but Travis, you can chime in obviously as well. But you know, somebody asked like, what's like the stick out moment, like when anybody talks about like being in the band or being on tour with the band. What like comes to mind first? Like what tour moment or whatever that we did.
Man, there's been a bunch. I mean, yeah, must say that being on tour with you guys was definitely like a good highlight of my life, man. It was just a really good time, nonetheless. Yeah, man. Absolutely. So pretty much the whole Dying Fetus tour was just a great time. That I met Alex Kendrick then too. I mean, It was just like it was definitely one of the biggest. I just that whole tour pretty much was like the biggest moment of my musical career, and just being with you guys too. Yeah, meeting you guys and hanging out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was the first time that I got to see the contiguous states. You know, it was like to see that other side of the U.S. that you never even get to see. I mean, being from Florida, I mean South Florida, it was definitely crazy. But for me, it was like the first thing that came to mind when John asked that is that one tour. I don't remember which tour it was, but I think we went through like 1 or 2 vans in like one tour. I think we had just gotten like a new van, and then that one broke down, and then we had to buy another van while on tour.
Nobody's been around to be able to like corroborate that story with me of the guy's house or like that we went to in the mountains. Oh no, you were sick. You were sick. You don't. You,
Yeah,
you
I
remember we were at Jared and Travis's.
Oh
yes. And
it was Buffalo, right? Buffalo,
yeah,
New York. Is that what
and
it was? Yes.
Yep. And we had to go buy that other van, and you were like deathly ill.
Yeah, dude, that time was. And then when we
doing-
got to Miami, I think that van, because obviously we're from South Florida, we never deal with snow or anything. I think the salt had destroyed the van, and it was like we had no idea. So when we get back to Miami, the van has all these problems, and we're like, how can this, happen? And then when they lifted the van and they looked at the van, the salt had just eaten everything up, and it was just
The whole
useless
frame was like
too.
all rusted.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
frame was like rusted and gone.
Yep.
Oh man.
Good fucking times. All three of you guys have been in the breakdown van situations.
Did we break down?
Actually, no. We when you joined the band, we just got the new nice van. So
Yeah,
I think
feel
maybe
like we didn't break down at all.
I think maybe we like had to like change a tire one time probably. But yeah, Ray and I have been through some shit in some
Yeah.
vehicles.
I do
We had
remember-
to change a tire.
I do.
Suck.
back then I think it was Vine. Like Vine was a thing, and I remember all my Vines were just like our vans on tow trucks. Like every single one of them was just like us stranded somewhere, like in the middle of the desert. John, do you remember?
Or like,
I
yo,
think it was-
us in a van on a tow truck. Like
Yes,
us still inside
that's
it.
what I was about to say.
I remember
Go ahead.
we did a week little run with Cattle after they had gotten off tour with Cannibal Corpse, and we had like blown a tire or done something. But I remember specifically waking up on the back of a tow truck because my head kept bouncing off of the fucking the side of the van, and I kind of like peeked up and I saw that we were on a tow truck, and I was like, well, if I die, oh, whatever. And I just like went back to bed, and I just remember waking up from, I think it was Matt or John, like, hey, we're here, wake up. So, oh, okay. Never forget.
So Travis, what's your like stick out moment so far? I mean, you've been in the band. I was talking to Dicel, to my wife, about it. You've been in the band for like fucking 6 years now?
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
There's I can't even say there's two of them. There's one. We played in Denmark with Cattle Decapitation and Suffocation. And Suffocation is the band that got me into death metal. So they invited us, all of the Abiotic guys and the Cattle dudes, to like come and take instruments from them and sing the breakdown of Legion of Veracity with them. And the reason why that day was more memorable was because we had a ton of like weed that we had to get rid of before we crossed the border. And I had like just started smoking weed, and I ate way too many edibles, and we had like this massive joint that I swear to God is like this big.
Yeah, I rolled the entire package. I was just gonna chime in. The entire package went to the fucking coffee shops. Everybody bought weed, knowing that we had a fucking like border crossing the next day anyway. So we sat in this venue that had like this giant garage for the bus and the trailer, and everyone just like put all their weed on like this table, and I rolled like fucking 4 like king size papers that I just like made stick together into this like just giant stove. And there's a picture that's like one of my favorite pictures in the whole world, that like I'm lighting it for Terrence, and you can just kind of see that it's just like fucking gigantic.
And I had actually eaten an edible on accident before our set, and so there's videos.
Accident.
There's videos online of me just getting progressively higher through the set. And I went to the bus, I passed out, and I slept like the whole next day, and I was like puking, and it was awful. I missed. And we get done playing, and so John and Matt come up to me, and John goes, "Here, I need you to hit this. It's an apple, and it's just like this little nug on top." And I was like, "Cool." And he's just like, "Just take a massive hit." So I take this massive hit, and I just start coughing and dying. And I'm like, "John, what the fuck is this? Like, what are you doing to me?" He's like, "Oh, that's just straight hash. You're gonna feel better now." And I was like, just re-melting, like after this mad experience we had with Suffocation. And I woke up great the next day. So that, never forget. That's like the best time.
It's always nice.
Nice.
The best. Those are some of the best times where you have to just absolutely plow through whatever weed you have left.
Oh.
Through it. I mean, we did it once. I think in Texas, the guy even still had the hash the second time we went back.
Oh,
Right?
man.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, it was. Okay, I'm not gonna call him out. Never mind. It was a homie in Texas. Yeah, and there's a picture. He had like these like little hash like pebbles, and that was like a big thing with when Ray was in the band, and even like around Dickie, because Matt wasn't smoking yet. So it was really like wherever we got weed, we had to smoke all of it where we were. So every day was like, here's the new day to find weed, no matter how much we got the day before. And fucking Alex Kendrick is in the chat, and what's good, baby Al, and he has been on this mission with me too, where like it's basically like me and him that were the smokers in the band, and some kids are like, here's an eighth, and also we brought 2 blunts, and me and Alex are just like, oh, I guess we just got to smoke all the weed. We just got to do it.
Dude, oh my god. Oh, the one I was thinking of was the fucking time we rolled the blunt with like the honey and put it in the freezer.
Oh man, that was.
But I think he was the homie that had the hash left.
Yep,
when we went back.
That was the same. Yeah, that was the same.
Oh god,
same dude.
that was insane, dude. What a time.
Yeah.
What a time. Just throw fucking honey in a freezer with some on a blunt, whatever.
Delicious, fucking burn nice and slow.
It was good. It was delicious.
And now, like full circle, now I manage a dispensary in fucking Worcester, which is
Worcester, kid.
in Worcester, yeah, dude. Fucking.
I know. I gotta get my cousins to come say hi to you or some shit.
Yeah, legit. Like we're
I mean, that is literally my hometown. So.
Yeah. I remember. That's one of my like another funny memorable moments of being on that tour with you was like getting to meet your family in Mass.
Oh, dude, they love you.
And like,
Didn't they make
love you.
it was amazing.
or
Cake.
something with your guys' like faces on it?
They made cake, and we got to learn like Dickie's like family nickname.
Oh yeah. And all that good stuff.
If you want to say it, you can say it. I won't embarrass you.
No, you say it. I want to know which one they thought it was.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that they were calling you the whole time when we were there was Booga.
Oh yeah. Pick my nose a lot.
Which we all thought was amazing. So
Whatever, man.
Hey, your family, everybody, in your
That
family
was
gives
a
you
pretty
fucking
good
silly.
day too.
It
Because
was a great day.
my grandmother brought the cake because it was like around my birthday. It was Halloween.
Yeah.
And my birthday's the day before Halloween. And the Exhumed guys, she brought the cake, and the Exhumed guys got a hold of it. And while we were doing the Wall of Death, the guy who played the doctor, who would do the doctor shit on their while they performed, fucking smashed it in my face.
It was amazing.
Shit,
I remember
dude.
like being
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I remember being on the stage next to you, and it was literally like as you inhaled to do a vocal, like your mouth was
right
open
in
and
my
everything,
face.
and just like right in the face.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? It was amazing. I was pissed off in the moment, but at the same time, we just kept going.
Yeah,
Cake in my hair, dude.
that was a
It was
great
like
show.
Mid-set, too.
Yep, I know.
I just had
We
cake
still
in
had
my hair
songs
for
to
the rest
do.
of the set. I'm like, this is my life now. All right, sick. Fuck.
That's funny. So, what? Like, do you guys have a particular mic that you're fond of? Again, for the vocalists watching, that you prefer, like, I don't know, whatever, in the studio or live or.
Yeah. So for the studio, I use an SM7, and then for live, I used to use the SM58, and now I'm using a Sennheiser.
That's nice. I use the SM7B for recording as well. It's pretty much the best mic you could get, really. And then I really just use like the Shure SM58, just cheap and simple.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best Rode mic. I mean, that thing.
All I've
can take
ever
a
done
beating.
was get more caps for it, because I'll drop it or fucking hit it against my head or something.
I get beer all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say an SM7 and then an SM58.
Oh wow!
Just standard.
Surprise! You guys all fucking use the same mics.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like we're almost all connected. This is so crazy.
So how I mean, I think I have a general idea, but how did your guys' parents take you wanting to do what you do like full time? You know, like, hey, I want to fucking go make noise in front of people, and not work and like do this. Like, did you guys have like supportive family, or was it like a struggle of yours to kind of get through it?
I can go first because
Yep.
I kind of my answer is easy. My mom was like, she was supportive. She would always tell people and compare it to being like a fluffer in porn. I don't know why.
What? I mean, that's really why I brought you into the band. So she's kind of right.
Yeah, I mean, the skills are there. Don't get me wrong. Like, my dad was super into like metal, and my mom was into hair metal. So when I kind of told her like, this is what I want to do, you understand the music I listen to, she's like, well, just don't like kill people, I guess. And then I joined Abiotic, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tour and I'm gonna do the whole thing. And she's like, cool, just have a job. I was like, all right. So supportive, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, my family was pretty supportive as well. They didn't really get it for the longest time, but as long as I was still working, yeah, they were cool with it. And you know, I wasn't really into like going to school too much anyway, but so I would rather do construction than all that.
Yeah.
You know, so I just went and started working as fast as I could, made money. I moved out when I was like 18 and stuff, so they kind of were just like, oh, well, fuck, you kind of just do whatever you want to do at this point. You're an adult now. And I was like, yeah, so I'm going to be a vocalist. And they were like, I hope it works out. I don't know.
Like, good luck.
Yeah, yeah. And they were, when we were practicing when we were teenagers, we were always super respectful, you know, practicing at certain times, being done at certain times, so they never really cared, you know. And then when I really told them that, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. They were like, all right. And then, yeah, I tried out for a bunch of random bands that never worked out, and then Infinite Annihilator happened to him.
Yeah.
Tried out for a lot of bands, dude. Trust me.
Yeah, pretty
Same.
much like this band for, I want to say like 90%. We're like that movie Good Luck Chuck with Dane Cook. We're like basically like if you're in this band and then you leave this band, you do infinitely better things. So if you want to be successful in your music career, just join our band for a little while and then like don't be in the band anymore, and you're golden.
Dude, you guys are fucking killing it. I can't wait to hear the new album.
I'm gonna send you guys.
Really
I'm gonna send both of you guys some stuff. So
yes, please.
send you what we got going on.
Please.
Ray, what about you?
Honestly, man, I didn't even know how to tell my parents because I thought they wouldn't be cool with it. But I mean, my dad's a musician. My dad plays like every instrument ever. So he's like a frustrated musician. I think that's what he really wanted to do, but he never got to. I mean, typical Hispanic family, you know, he had to go and become a doctor and whatnot. And I remember telling him, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, you need to go out there. You need to do it now.
Yeah.
He thought it was super badass. And I mean, I know John met a lot, most of my family, and I mean, they were super supportive. I mean, my mom gave us a place to stay a couple times when we were on the road. And yeah, I mean, they were just super stoked. I mean, they were worried, obviously, because we were on the road. I mean, we were breaking down and all this stuff, but they were always supportive.
Some early days of touring. Just breaking down all the time. Giddy.
Yeah. Fucking fun times. So I was checking out the chat. So Alex says, fluff me up. And fucking Travis Ryan is hanging out. And he says, I thought this was just 4 of you. Travis, it is just 4 of us. What are you talking about?
Is it just 4 of us?
But now that you're here.
It's 5.
It's fun.
You guys want to say anything embarrassing to Travis since he's here and I know we're all pretty fond of the guy, I'd say.
Yeah,
I just remember watching his video, doing all those ridiculous sounds, and just like watching it over and over again, thinking this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
just taking a swig of water and just. It's so good. It's so good. Nah, he's okay sometimes.
He's okay, yeah. Every once in a while.
Now we love
what
the,
band is he in
cattle
again?
guys. Oh yeah, I mean it's like a cow band, right? Something
Yeah,
cow.
something like that. I don't know. Never heard of him.
Oh man, he's gonna like kick my ass when he sees me.
I heard they just came out with an album called Humanure, I think.
Something like that.
I think. Not too sure though.
It'd be funny if you just started naming off like random things that like only real fans would know. Yeah, you know that one song, the Carcass Derrick. You know, it's all good. That was just my favorite. You know?
Oh, that's so good.
All right, so what is your favorite Abiotic song?
Oh God.
Conquest. Conquest of
For
Korea.
me, it's the Graves of Locust for sure.
Grays? I don't know, man. I really liked Facades back in the day. That was like one of my favorite songs to ever really do. I don't know. You just know what I mean when that.
Oh yeah, the
Dude,
pause.
every time. Oh God, that felt so good every time. So
True.
that was probably my favorite one.
That's a good one. I just always felt like that one was like 7 minutes long.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
So
super long. I feel like
I think we actually shortened it for Symbiosis. But,
yeah.
I think the final version that made it to the album was shorter, right, John? Didn't we change like a riff or something?
God, even the title was shorter.
I think we just changed the like a riff, but I don't actually know. It's the opposite. I actually think it's longer because I
It's
don't know if you
longer?
remember
Oh,
like
you're right. We
the
added a
text
part. We
section
did add a
that's
part.
like at the end of that song was not originally in that song. And
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, we never. I don't think we ever wrote a song as long as that one again. And I just think they keep getting shorter actually, which.
Yeah, the shorter the better, man. I love short songs.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Vermo Sapien was great too because that's the song that kind of like started it all. I mean, that was our first video too, so that's a good one too.
Dude,
Yeah.
Just
classic. Holy
anything
shit.
without Travis.
Dude, fair. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Well, there's definitely gonna be some
I wasn't
bangers
in
on this
any
new
of
one.
them. I don't even know why I'm in this podcast.
I know. That was actually a well, you were kind of actually. That's another like you were sort of in what ended up being Believe the Unseen.
Yeah, that was. I
Yeah.
kind of like just
Fair.
took what you wrote, and I was like, I'm gonna make it a little bit easier on myself.
So
Wait,
props
it
to
wasn't
you.
easy? I thought it was easy compared to what Ray was fucking doing. I thought it was way easier. Fucking Jesus Christ, I'm not throwing out betwixt everywhere.
Right? God, I hate that word so much now. Every time I see it, I'm like, this fucking stupid song.
Like, why couldn't you just say between?
But yeah, that's all I could think about. I'm like, come on. You're stretching there, guy.
God, I didn't realize I sucked at English. That song.
You guys are getting all the husky love right now. By the way,
Oh,
she's trying to sound like you guys.
Oh, sick. Maybe she can replace me. Stay home.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Oh,
Word. So, I think we hit everything that I wanted to talk about. Is there anything? What do you guys want to talk about? What are you thinking about right now?
Head empty.
I've just been chilling, dude.
Just hanging out.
I really want to play more shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. What do you guys think? You think we'll see some shows in the fall, or what are you thinking?
Dude, I hope so.
I don't think until.
It's like all the tours are like
2021.
lined up for next year and everything. So
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think.
wondering if
until
we'll
then,
see anything this year.
Once all the sports start happening again, then that's when we'll see like the music.
Yeah.
You know, like the events, because I mean, if you're going to open a stadium with however many thousands of people in it to watch some people play football or basketball or whatever, you know, you can open a bar for 200 people to go watch a band.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I'm wondering what venues survived too. I'm pretty sure a lot of venues had to close down.
oh yeah,
I've seen
a few venues that I really enjoyed actually had
Gas Monkey, dude.
yeah, dude,
Oh, dude, that venue's sick.
Yeah, fucking Gas Monkey. Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen shows like as early as July right now that are booked. I'm just like, I don't know if you. That's fucking
they
optimistic.
might, but they might have like restrictions. You might have to have a mask on and all that stuff. Like everybody.
Yeah, I wonder what that's gonna look like. Like, how do you go to a metal show and not, you know, it's just, it doesn't. I don't know. Like no pits or like what's the protocol? Are we gonna have to do like a 5-minute introductory, like here are the rules or whatever, like on a plane or something? Someone's gonna go out and kind of tell you what to do.
If it was shows in my town, there's no way you're gonna not let them have a pit.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
At least from the kids that I know, at least. You know, they're just gonna go, no, we're coming, we're gonna pay whatever the fuck it is and just gonna go beat the shit out of each other. That's it.
And then Karen's gonna complain and then shut the show down.
You can't do that. Fuck you, Karen.
No, you guys are just gonna have to fucking do vocals with a mask on.
Yeah. What?
Yo.
Dude, oh my god. If I would have to do that, I would lose my mind.
Dude, Slipknot can do it. I can do it. Let's go.
True.
But not over his mouth though.
Dude, we'll make it work.
Yeah, we could all. Yeah, we'll have to get like specific like vocalists. I don't even know. I don't fucking know. Because you would still have to fucking have your mouth open for sure. Slipknot, fucking A. Goddamn.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it with those jumpsuits.
I'm trying to. I'm fully trying to think of one way to have like masks over a vocalist, and it's just not working for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
Yo, imagine a drummer.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna overheat.
I seen a video of a lady like at a restaurant or something, and she's got a mask on. She's sitting down, like getting ready to eat a sandwich, and she like looks around to see if anybody's watching her, and the mask like just splits in half, and she just like fucking downs the sandwich. She just has it cut like right in the middle. You guys could do some shit like that. No, I don't know. I
have a mask on.
I think they're gonna try and enforce like, you know, social distancing and all that shit, and then at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Do you want to
run up
be
to your guitarist anymore?
Right? Yeah, Travis can't fucking like step on all my cables and like come and kiss me on the cheek and all the shit that he does.
Helps a little bit. Yeah.
No, and different states have different. They've transitioned differently too. Some states are at like 10% capacity or like 30%, 50%. I mean, how is it gonna work? Is it even worth it to have the show if you can't have a full? You know what I mean? Like, how is that gonna work?
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. I mean, I played empty shows before. Like, it's nothing I'm not used to. Let's go. I played that.
You guys have all been in this band.
Yeah.
I could think of a few, but yeah. You know, gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah. So I know we've hit a couple, but let's end this on. We'll do two things. So we typically do a artist playlist. So we'll get a little bit on what you guys are listening to right now, and then it's fine. I mean, it's really turned into like what's on your Spotify. It's like, I guess it's fucking like boiled down to if you do the Spotify, which most people do, it seems. But what's one tip that you would give to aspiring vocalists? One tip I would give to aspiring podcasters is to not fucking use Skype.
Yes, 100%.
Christ.
Yeah. Or at least make sure that they have their settings correct on their phones.
Yeah. Anyway, tips for aspiring vocalists.
Don't give up. Always, just keep trying.
Yeah, and keep consistency, I guess. You know, I mean, I talked about how it's really hard to kind of, I guess, explain what one does, but just keep at it. I mean, I've always said, you know, your vocal cords are like a muscle. You got to work it out. And if you feel like you're hurting your voice, just, you know, take a break, let your, you know, your voice rest, and then come back and keep at it.
For me, I guess it should be something you're having fun with. So just think about your voice. I mean, it doesn't always have to be you screaming out of your mind or being as guttural as you possibly can. It could just be you making some goofy ass fucking voice and just having some fun with it. Just really enjoy what you can do with your vocals, and not try to be directly like your inspirations. Don't try to sound like absolutely like Trevor or Phil or, you know, Ben or Travis, Ray, us, you know, just have a lot of fun with it. And I think that if you focus less on technique and just really having fun with it, it'll be a lot. It'll just be a little bit more enjoyable. Yeah.
Word. And then, so maybe we won't do a playlist since we're doing this, making this the vocalist episode. So who would you say are your biggest influences vocally?
I'll tell you right away. For me, is Danny Filth and Johnny Davey, 100%. And then when I heard Black Dahlia, I was like, how can I blend these three people and like make something out of that? And then that's kind of like what got me started.
My guys are Don Campen, or however you would say it, from Waking the Cadaver.
That was fun getting
and
fucking
Rose,
shredded wheat.
Who I'm pretty sure Ryan Gardner did most of the vocals on the recording.
Yep.
Of Rose Funeral. So most of the Rose Funeral.
Oh man, that's a band
deep
that I
cut.
was just jammed.
That was my favorite because I feel like it resonates a lot with Infant. How I just really enjoyed how evil Rose Funeral sounded. They really stretched how disgusting highs can sound, and
Dude,
those are like my main. And then Johnny Davey, I gotta say that Johnny Davey, you really just feel that from the breeze to I feel like he's doing Tunnel Throats. I feel like he was the first person to do those tunnel throats that like everybody are manipulating nowadays.
Yeah. And
he's just a maniac for sure. So yeah, those are definitely my top three.
Corpse Grinder, Shagrath from Dimmu, Phil Bozeman, Frank Mullen. Yeah. Like the for me, for who I always wanted to sound like and who made me want to do all this. Wanted to sound cool. Yeah.
We're not getting anything of what you said. I think we heard Frank.
Oh, perfect. I'm back.
Fucking Dimmu.
Frank,
get one more try.
Shagrath from Dimmu, Frank Mullen, Corpse Grinder, and Phil Bozeman.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Phil, I mean, I feel like we all could say that in a way, you know.
Yeah, I think that I actually got my role in Abiotic because I was I was in a car with John and I was actually screaming some Whitechapel or something, and that's what I think when he probably said, "Okay, we can work something out."
I got a whole shin tattoo devoted to Whitechapel. So
Hell yeah.
That's like my favorite band of all time. So
yeah, my fucking forearm tattoo. I got a ram skull on my forearm. So like it's the guy going to shake your hand for Doom, Job for a Cowboy's Doom.
Oh, that's
sick.
Dude, my favorite EP, I guess, album,
oh my gosh,
all
dude.
time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Word. So let's plug where people can find all of your shit. Obviously, for Travis and myself, you guys can find us on Abiotic, and he's got like a band called The Undying if you feel like hearing more of Travis for fucking some reason. But Dickie and Ray, where can folks find your bands and you on your socials and all that cool shit?
I should be Sir Dickel on pretty much everything. from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. So that's that. And then YouTube, just Infinite Annihilator, and I think Scumfuck will be having more stuff on their YouTube channel soon too. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
Sweet.
I think I'm Asinine Ray across the board, like on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Ray Jimenez. And my band is called Acidia. It's ACAEDIA. And I'm also doing a studio project called Works of Flesh. And you can find it everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Spotify.
Spotify.
Apple Music. I don't know what kids are using these days. Deezer. No.
MySpace.
MySpace. Actually logged into my
yeah.
MySpace not too long ago.
Yo, bring it back. Let's go. Let's spearhead.
We're all just making the move back to MySpace. Everybody on Twitch, we're all moving to MySpace. Get off Twitch. We're gonna start doing this from MySpace.
It's even funnier because I look at you, John, and you were looking right at Dickie, who was looking right at you, and so you were just like, "No, we're going back to MySpace, Dickie."
Yeah, we're like the Brady Bunch right now. All right, dudes. Fucking thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. It was great getting to catch up with Dickie and Ray, getting to catch up with you guys since we haven't actually talked in who knows how long.
I know. Right?
Travis, whatever. I talk to him pretty much every day, but
Yeah,
good catching up with you guys. I wish you guys fucking the best of luck with, all the shit you got going on with your bands, obviously all the shit going on in your respective homes with your families. Hope everybody's staying safe and everybody's doing well and staying healthy. And hopefully getting back to work as shit starts to open up and we can play some shows together. And then hopefully potentially we can do some, what's that thing that people do when they like fan pleasing? Like what there's like a term for that, right? For like on video games and shit, like when you do something just to please the fans.
Oh, I don't know.
Fan service.
Fan service.
There we go.
I'm not fucking crazy.
We'll
It's a
with
thing.
that.
We'll do some fan service perhaps on this new record, and just wish you guys the best and appreciate you guys for coming on.
All right, thanks, man. Cheers.
Yeah,
Man.
that's
Take
what we're here
care,
for.
y'all.
Same to you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks
Stay
for
safe.
hanging out with us on another episode of the Big Shred Podcast. We've got another episode tomorrow with Austin from Lorna Shore. So fucking come hang out 7 p.m. Eastern. Peace, y'all.
Bye.
All right, cool. Thanks for hanging, dudes. I just want to fucking yeet Skype off of a fucking cliff. Oh my God. Okay, hit me up when you have some time. I'm off tomorrow. I got I'm doing some shit during the day, but just shoot me a message or whatever. I don't know if I still have your number or something, but just hit me up if you got some time. Yeah. Appreciate you. You're the man. Yeah, fucking hella people hanging out on Twitch, so appreciate you. Oh, you did? Okay, sick. Nice. Yeah, that helps me because I'm barely still trying to get over the average 3 viewer shit. That shit sucks. Damn. All right, cool. Well, Ray, yeah, dude, it was fucking awesome to chat and reminisce a little bit, dude. So yeah, for sure. Travis, we still can't fucking hear what you're saying. God.